Hey guys, this is my contest entry for Shymoose41, and I'm going to be entering my tokay gecko, my Colombian tegu, and my pair of fire skinks. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys the Colombian tegu. So this is my baby Colombian tegu, and he's doubled in size since I got him. Definitely gotten huge, and his enclosure is a 29. He's going to be upgrading soon actually. And in there I have organic mulch as a substrate, just as natural as it gets. It's all kinds of organic material, and I have his water dish in there, and I have his little hide where he basks. I have his basking light pointing right at it, and then I have his basking light and his UV light. So that's his enclosure, and I'm about to feed him for you guys. So I have him in his feeding enclosure, and I'm going to be feeding crickets today. Got them in this container just to make it easier, and I'm going to get some out and see if he'll eat. He already smells them. Let's see if we can get some out. I'm going to stop the video and try to get some out. So I got some crickets out. See if he'll calm down enough to eat. I think he's excited. He loves this enclosure while just chilling in it. There he is. He just pooped a little bit out of just stress. So I'm going to get him back in his enclosure and see if I can feed him in there. So what I'm going to do is open up the lid. Actually, I'll just move it over. And carefully pick him up, put him back in there, and see if we can get him to eat something. There we go. Let's see if we can get one more in him. I guess he's still full from yesterday, because yesterday was a heavy meal. So what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about this guy. So Colombian tegus, like this guy whose name is Spyro, they like a pretty humid climate, and they're from Colombia, South America, and the regions around it. I feed this guy raw meat, mostly raw chicken. Sometimes I feed him some egg, and usually a staple of his diet is crickets and cockroaches. he loves basking, and his basking spot is up near 100 degrees, sometimes warmer, sometimes cooler, depending on if he's hiding from it or not. And then that's the cool and humid side. I'm planning on upgrading this tank to get it a lot bigger. And that's his hide, his favorite place to be, and he'll burrow. I have the substrate about 4 or 5 inches. So from there, and these guys grow at about 3 feet, so he's only about 1.5 feet now with the tail, and I think that's an exaggeration. So with that, I'm going to move on to my tokay gecko. So this is the tokay enclosure, and he's actually basking right now, right up there. But first I'm going to go over the enclosure. It's a pretty high humidity enclosure. I have 3/4 glass and 1/4 mesh top. I have the humid side over here with the plants and the climbing sticks, and on this side I have a PVC pipe where he hides, and from there I have a few plants, and you can see him basking up there with his tail, and the basking light points right down there, and he loves that spot. Also, what I'm going to do for this tank is get a ceramic heat emitter. Hopefully if I win this contest, I'll use that towards the emitter. Use the gift card towards that. So I'm going to get him out. He's definitely calmed down since I bought him at the expo. But he's still got a long way to go in terms of taming. And he was pretty sick when I got him too, and I'm still trying to fatten him up. I've been feeding him a lot of waxworms. Let's see, he's not in the best shape. Well, in my opinion, just because the vendor had him and I took him and got him checked out and trying to fix him up. So that's him. His name is Crescent, and he's one of my projects in the making. My goal is to get him fattened up and tamed. He's really tame. If you try handling the average tokay, they'll definitely snap at you, and he has snapped at me right there. And also on my other hand, I don't know if you could see it, but it's all in the name of taming him. So I guess it wasn't for nothing, but he's tamed down a lot since in the past week of me handling him and just letting him chill. And he's not going to eat on camera because he only eats at nighttime when it's dark. So I'm going to let him go back in his enclosure and tell you a little bit about these kinds of tokay geckos. So tokay geckos are found in the region around India, and they can grow to about 12 to 14 inches for males. It's a little smaller for females. This guy's a male and he's about full grown. His enclosure is a 29 with the basking light on top, as I said before. His water dish is in the back, and he doesn't seem to like eating out of a feeding bowl, so I try to, in the nighttime, hand feed him, because the food I feed him, I try not to have it live if it's crickets, because they can bite, especially tokays, while they're sleeping. This guy likes his tank pretty warm and humid. I have the tank around 80 degrees, 75, 80 degrees as an average, and then the basking spot is about 95, which is where he seems to like it most. Some people say to have it warmer or colder. This is where he likes it best. Tokeis drink off the leaves of plants, which is why it's important to mist and keep it humid. And tokeis are named for their call, because if there's a female around, he'll definitely be calling, and this call sounds a lot like the name tokei. The scientific name is gecko, so you're interested in that. And they eat a variety of insects. You can even get them to eat some banana sometimes. Trick them into it. So that's about it. And another thing is, a cool way they can sex these guys, well, it's pretty easy, is on the coloration. Is not a foolproof way. You can also look at the bulges between the legs. And males are have a much more pronounced head than females. So those are basically the ways. There's other ways that you have to be like pretty well versed in these guys. So I'm gonna leave it at that and move on to my fire skinks. So this is my fire skink enclosure. It's a 30 long with a very deep substrate. As I said, the organic mulch that I have over there. And I also use it for my Colombian tegu, which is basking over there. They seem to like it. I also have this driftwood hide that I made for them. There they are. I have a male and a female. And they don't need a UV bulb because they're nocturnal. You could still have one if you'd like. Or you can just supplement with calcium. So I'm gonna feed these guys and tell you a little bit about them. So now that I have these guys in their feeding enclosure, I'm gonna see if I can feed them for you guys. And one of them's already started eating. That's the female. You can see that she's smaller bodied. Let's see if we can get the male to eat a little bit. There we go. And I'm just feeding them with tweezers to make this faster, so that it doesn't take up too much camera time. But that's what it looks like if they're hunting for the crickets. And they definitely eat a lot. There she goes with another. That's the female. The male is a more sit and wait kind of hunter. Female's already eaten 3 and he's only had 1. So let me see if I can get him interested. There he goes. Pretty awesome. She's got them cornered over there. And these guys are not as skittish as fire skinks are known to be. And as I said, this is the male and this is the female. Once they're done eating, I'll show you how to sex them pretty easily. Well, pretty accurately too. Not 100% though. See if I can get this cricket over here. There we go. And these guys just devour these crickets. And I supplement with calcium a few times a week. There he goes. But these guys definitely love eating. And they'll finish 20 crickets a day easily. There they go. And I've never had one of these bite me. I don't think it's common for fire skinks to bite. I just know that they're supposed to be skittish compared to other lizards. And as you can see, they just keep eating. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them actually. They come from Africa, and they're also known as the Togo skink. They're known for their very vibrant coloration. Let's see. I think he's done eating, so I can show you on him. Very nice orange color and gold on the back. See how they love being handled. All these guys do. And I got lucky with them because I've been taming them a lot lately since I got them. See, they're very curious also. They're good climbers for their heavy body size. Or type, I should say. And these guys are done eating. But other stuff I feed them is like the tegu. Feed them some raw meat, chicken, sometimes some fish, some fruits and vegetables once in a while. They'll take them, and some egg. Obviously crickets are a staple, just like roaches and mealworms, superworms. So he's trying to escape again. They're very fast. You wouldn't expect it though. They like their cage pretty warm, averaging around 80 to 90, pretty humid also, and they love to burrow. This is about adult size, 1 foot. And I was going to show you how to sex them. You can see that the male has a very unpronounced neck. See that it goes right from his neck to his head. And he's definitely much smaller in body size than female. And you could see that the female, who's carrying the cricket in her mouth, has a very pronounced neck. He's trying to escape again. It's much more pronounced than the male. So that's the basic way of sexing them. The other way is venting them and popping them, but definitely don't know how to do that. That's the basic way. So I'm going to leave it at that and tell you guys a little more about me and reptiles. So the way I got into reptiles was a few ways. First way is I had a kind of stepping stone and I got fish first, which are still a big part of my collection of reptiles and fish. You can see my turtle over there that I didn't mention. He's a melanistic red-eared slider. You can see I have a fish room down here and a reptile room mixed. And it's just a whole operation. Got my feeder insects, the mealworms, crickets down there. And I got my dubia roaches over there. Some other stuff over there. So this is a big kind of thing in my life, and I got into it firstly through fish, and I went on YouTube, searched up fish, and started getting some results on reptiles. I love the way they look and just all the personalities of the various reptiles. Secondly, I've loved animals since I can remember, and I remember going anywhere and seeing a lizard or a frog and running after it, a little deli cup. So just an overall love of animals has gotten me into reptiles and just interest me in them. Obviously I had some newts before this and fire bellies, and I transferred to more advanced reptiles. Third reason, and final reason, is just how awesome they are and how fun they are to keep and how fun it is to see progress in them, and just the excitement of breeding and all these kinds of different things you can do and feed them and take care of them. And it's a lot of responsibility, but really rewarding. Definitely one of the most rewarding hobbies out there, along with fish. So that's why I got into reptiles and all the stuff that comes with them. And one last glimpse. And I have some other stuff around. So that's it for my entry. Hope you liked it. Check out Shymoose41's contest going on right now on his channel overall. Pretty awesome contest. Just hurry and get your entry in because it ends really soon. Hope I win. Really love that Petco gift card, and probably what I'd buy with it is a ceramic heat emitter for this tokay here and try to fatten him up and maybe even buy some waxworms with the money. But I'd love to win. So thanks for watching. See you, Shymoose41, and all my other subscribers.